Straight off a red-eye flight from New York on Friday morning, the model Adwoa steps into the thick of London Fashion Week. She stops briefly at her parents' house. She lives in Brooklyn, but stays with her family in Notting Hill when she's in town to change into a Molly Goddard tulle dress before heading to 180 Strand, the official venue of LFW, to deliver a rousing speech on the treatment of models, diversity, and the importance of supporting emerging talent as the British Fashion Council's newly appointed ambassador for positive fashion. Unlike many in her line of work, Aboah is an activist first, model second. Her list of projects includes Girls Talk, a charity she set up with the intention of raising awareness around mental health and female empowerment, working with Time's Up and Save the Children, art directing, alongside the photographer Jürgen Teller, the Berbera campaigns in which she stars, writing a monthly column for British Vogue, where she is a contributing editor, and, over the next few weeks, walking in the fashion shows of both emerging and established designers. In London, many of them are her friends. Fresh from the podium, she's ready for a day of fittings and shows, taking opportune moments to nap in her car in between. First up is the emerging designer Ashley Williams, a friend of Aboah's, who is hosting fittings in her Hackney home because of a flood in her studio. After Aboah arrives, the stylist Julia Sarjami pulls out a tie-dye hoodie printed with the words "Don't know, don't care." "That is so you right now," teases Shion Steele, Aboah's agent, as the model stifles yawns. A sequin jacket catches her eye. "Can I wear this to the reception at the Palace on Monday?" she asks Williams. "The last time I went to the Palace I came straight from the Tate gift shop in a yellow tracksuit." Next, Aboah departs for the industrial Truman Brewery in Shoreditch for a fitting with the York-based designer Maddie Bobbin. Both Bobbin's and Williams's shows are later that day, but before that, Aboah will also squeeze in a visit to Berbera HQ, stopping at Pret-a-Manger on the way, for a final fitting before the big show the following night, Christopher Bailey's last as creative director of the house. Inside Berbera's corporate-looking building, giant pictures of Aboah line the slick reception area. She pauses to pose for a picture with herself. The billboards are unretouched except for the removal of the diamond Chanel tooth jewel she has on her front tooth. "I got it 3 years ago," she smiles. Before this, it was a Playboy bunny. Upstairs, Bailey greets her warmly. "You probably know it all better than I do by now," he jokes, referring to the several looks from the new collection that Aboah has already worn around town during New York Fashion Week. "I think he's a genius," she later says of the designer, whose rainbow-colored collection is dedicated to the LGBTQ community. In the show, she'll wear a graffitied shearling hoodie and full skirt, which will get taken up slightly so she doesn't stumble. But back to Friday, after walking in the Maddie Bobbin show, Aboah jumps on a motorbike taxi to the University of Westminster for the Ashley Williams show, where she graces the runway in the "Don't Know, Don't Care" sweatshirt. She is especially excited when Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, arrives backstage and introduces his daughters. Then it's home for a Thai green curry, some knitting and a long bath with eucalyptus and lavender. The following day, Aboah is up bright and early for a Vogue shoot, before heading to meet her best friend, Cara Delevingne, at her hotel in Mayfair, where they lunch on Dover sole and mashed potatoes. After that, they pile into a chauffeured car to head to the Berbera show, at the Dimco Buildings, where Aboah's parents, Camilla Lowther and Charles Aboah, are in the audience to cheer her on. So are Naomi Campbell and Kate Moss, who both hoop as she walks in the finale. After the show, Aboah goes out dancing with Deliving and treats herself to a nice cigarette and a Coca-Cola. She is proudly sober. Back on her home turf and surrounded by friends, she's not averse to letting her hair down. As she puts it, you have to do something fun, otherwise it feels like you're working all the time.